Hey everyone, welcome back. Jack here. Just wanted to do a little video about the polytunnel. So we've been growing in here now for a couple of months, and as you can see we've got some lovely veg coming along. We've had a couple pickings of salad and quite a lot of radishes, but it's all going really well. So we'll just have a little look around the polytunnel and see what's growing. Over here we have our tomato plants, and they're just growing up strings up to the top there. Then we've got a couple of sweet peppers, which we've got 4 sweet peppers, and over in that bed there is 4 hot peppers. Now those 2 rows are radishes, just sort of like a catch crop really, until the peppers establish, and then they'll be coming out. We've got some red vein spinach, couple or 3 cabbages. Next to them is carrots and spring onions, more salad, mange 2 and more carrots, more beetroot. Down here we've got beetroot, and at the back there we've got a couple of kohlrabi. And then these are main crop onions, so they're planted 4 to a clump. And then we have bunching onions or spring onions or salad onions, and there's about 10 to a clump in those. Then we have at the back there 5 cos lettuce called winter density, and then at the front we've got salad bowl green and red alternating. Then we have 4 rocket and 4 mustard. Those are some peas which I've just been growing in here in clumps for shoots. Those are more peas out for outside for pods. Got French climbing beans, cauliflower, tarragon and parsley. Then we've got tomatoes, swede, watermelon, lamb's lettuce and more basil. Over here we've got a few flowers, Californian poppies, sweet william and China aster. Down here is more tomatoes, they're just coming up. Then we have cornflowers, cauliflower and aubergines. We have a few sweet corn there, more mange 2, sweet peas and snapdragons. Those are red cabbage, these ones here. Then we have borage, swede, more borage. Down at the bottom here we have beetroot, okra, purple sprouting broccoli, Cavolo Nero kale, more leeks. So we've got quite a few seedlings going on. We go outside. So here's one of our cold frames. It's mainly flowers in here, but there's quite, all of these ones at the front are squash. So we've got rolle, Turk's turban, jack-o'-lantern, butternut, table queen, a few other types of squash. Then we have artichokes and chard, courgettes, so there's 6 varieties of courgettes there, or zucchinis if you're from America. That's just a spare salad bowl lettuce, which I don't know what we're going to do with. And we've got sweet corn and some very big tomatoes, which I got given by one of my friends. Then we have a few pots, horseradish, strawberries and more horseradish. There's a bit of rhubarb there. Got a row of sunflowers, so they'll be growing up. Bees, if we can see. It's still early in the morning, so They aren't very active yet. And then we've got mange too, more strawberries, peas, leeks, shallots, and onions, main crop onions. These are broad beans, which are growing really well. These are spring sown broad beans, not overwintered broad beans, so they're doing remarkably well for being planted in spring. Then we have fruit bushes, raspberries, black currants and red currants. And then just down the side here we've got some cabbage crop, spring onions and beetroot. And then potato bed, which has got a nice row of second early kestrel potatoes. We've got our first main crop potato coming up there, but there will be 2 rows of main crop. That is our runner bean poles, and for French beans and a few peas they'll climb up there. Lavender is just coming into bud now. You can see the little tips of the buds, so that'll be full of bees soon. And the cherry blossom has come out where we live. So today is the 24th, I think, whatever the day after Easter Monday is. And I've got some wasp traps up trying to catch queens who are looking for nests at this time of year to try and keep the numbers of wasps down. This is just a tray, a potting tray, with water in it, just tap water, and straw, and the bees are coming and taking a drink, so that's quite nice to see. So continuing the sort of tour around the allotment and little update, we're going to walk over to my friend's allotment, who has given us a small amount of space to grow some extra vegetables. We haven't got much space on our allotment, it's only a half size allotment, so we're going to go and have a look at my friend's allotment and see what's growing there. So this is one of his polytunnels, and what we have growing here in this bed is some extra early lady crystal potatoes, which I planted back in January, and these are growing really well. So as you can see, they're quite a bit bigger than the second earlies in the ground outside, so if you want to get some extra early potatoes, growing them in a polytunnel is definitely one way to get them. And these ones are actually already producing quite good size new potatoes. Now, coming out of the polytunnel, this is the patch that he's given me, so kind of there across. So what we've got are 4-foot wide beds. These are extra large onions, so they'll grow to a couple of pounds each. And then we've got more pak choy, rocket, cos lettuce, mustard. So you can't quite see the mustard, sort of purple mustard. There's a few more rows of potatoes there. And we've got cabbages. These are pointed cabbage called greyhound. And these are some more potatoes in this row. These are a variety called bluebell, which is sort of a show potato, and they've just started to germinate. Then we have celery, and then in this bed we've got spinach, celeriac, beetroot, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 cauliflower, and calabrese, so another 4 calabrese, which is a bit like broccoli. Well, it is broccoli. And then we have shallots, garlic, turnips, And then underneath this netting there is 8 Brussels sprout plants. They'll take a long time to grow, so I've just chucked in some spinach in between. And we have kale, that's Cavolo Nero Tuscan kale. And then chard. And that row there is radishes, but the only reason there's radish there is because they're marking where I planted my parsnip seeds. Because parsnip seeds take forever to come up, and it just helps keep any weeds down and things, because the radishes will grow there instead of weeds, hopefully, and it will also mark where the row is. So we dug this bed over the other day, these 3, and that is where courgettes and squash will be going. I don't think we're going to have enough space for them all, but there'll be some space there. So although it's only early in the season, we've had a very lovely spring so far, and it's really allowed us to get on top of planting everything out, and everything seems to be growing really well.